From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
It's a major day here on Afternoon Holiday Edition, and the jobs numbers are released. Jobless claims numbers released this Thursday morning, and also continuing jobless claims numbers, and the continuing jobless claims numbers, not good. Worst number since February of this year. Well, the breaking news across the board. Hot sauce, Chipotle could be going higher next year. Why are restaurant services doing so well? And then chop till you drop. Much the same narrative as well. The situation is that Lowe's delivered massive numbers and are likely to go even higher. Lowe's, Home Depot, home improvement. Why is it? And then melt in your mouth. Melt in your mouth the latest details of big question marks for Hershey's. The big company keeps on beating across the board. All the latest details in today's recording. And then recession or not, a series of data released today. The inversion curve, more inverted, more indicative of a recession, but a lot of stocks are at all-time highs today. Wow, this is a confusing economy. And this is why you have to get all these incredible stimulus checks. Viewers of this channel are getting massive stimulus checks, and over this 1 hour broadcast, we'll go over these massive stimulus checks that became law in the month of March. Viewers have gotten them ever since on this channel. They're still paying out $300,000 of stimulus checks, 300 different checks. And we'll go over all those incredible details in today's recording, and it's a lot of checks. I'll show you everything you need to know about these checks and how they work and what's at issue. Here we go. $300,000 of stimulus covered in today's recording. Fast stimulus paying out in less than 2 days. 18 months of stimulus checks, $3,000 a month, and 5 checks per month. This is law since March. Viewers have gotten ever since March, and we're going to go over the explosion of stimulus checks. That really exploded, didn't it? In today's recording. It's 18 months, and you qualify, including if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits. Welcome to the brand new members who have gotten so much checks this week. Once you got approved, it is automatic. We'll go over those incredible stimulus checks in this recording. They are not from your state, number one. Number two, you need to go right away. It's not for any particular group, and pounce and start applying this moment. And do not wait. It's massive stimulus. In today's recording, we'll go over that and more from the shores of Santa Monica, California. The breaking news starts all here right now on a big, bold, beautiful Afternoons of Holidays LALATE. And good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day. And it's a big broadcast today. We got a lot of stimulus to go over, a lot of breaking news. It's your economy, it's your recession, it's your benefit raise. It's also your incredible housing market, that and more. Plus your 4th stimulus. The breaking news all starts right here, right now on Afternoons Holiday Edition. 18 months of stimulus checks is the average the viewers are now getting. Passed in March is $300,000 of checks. It's paying out in about 2 days for some viewers. $3,000 of checks per month, 5 checks per month. It's automatic once approved. So once you're approved, you're getting these on a regular basis. Viewers got them last month. They're going to get them this month, and they're going to get them next month. Let's again look at these incredible checks. It's a lot of checks, a lot of stimulus checks, $300,000 of stimulus checks, and it's great. 18 months of monthly stimulus checks, and it's for you. 5 stimulus checks per month is what's averaging across the board. And SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, veterans benefits, get them as well. Get those incredible stimulus checks. They're everywhere. These incredible stimulus checks are from the federal government. They're from the federal government. They're not from your state, these stimulus checks. Number 2, you are qualified. They're not for any particular group, and you need to pounce to get these incredible stimulus checks. We'll go over all those details and more in today's recording. But first, let's start with the breaking news across the board today, which is the jobs numbers. The jobs numbers started the day with a big shocker. And what did that big shocker of the jobs numbers reveal? I'll have the latest details starting right now. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me for the special edition of Afternoons LALATE. And late in the recording, we'll go over the art of decorating this holiday season with fruits and vegetables. It is really exciting. It's holidays LA in the big second half. So the jobs number was released this morning, because you know that happens every Thursday morning. I've been featuring this on this channel since March of 2020. And what happened? Jobless claims numbers new were released, and continuing jobless claims numbers were released. The new jobless claims number were flat, so that's good. Or about 230,000 was the new number released today. It's a slight bit higher from last week, but we're not really worried about that. It's only 4,000 more jobs than last week. We're worried if it goes to 260 again. It hasn't, so that's good. 220, 230, 240, that's fine. It's the other number. The other number released today is the continuing jobless claims, which is a week behind, and this signals how many people were unemployed last week and still unemployed this week. That number rose 62,000 in 1 week to 1.671 million Americans with continuing unemployment claims. This is the highest level since February 5th of 2022. So this is no bueno. This is not good. This is actually really too high. 1.671 million continuing unemployment claims. And that is exactly what Jay Powell wants. He wants more people unemployed to get inflation down. That's not what I want. That's what he wants. That's the policy approach they're trying to do. Let's look into the second major story we're working on today, hot sauce. Hot sauce. What is your favorite hot sauce? Jump in the live chat and post your favorite hot sauce. I need to confess, I have like literally 7 different hot sauces I use on a regular basis. Yeah, I like hot sauce. Chipotle is in the hot sauce then, because they are now the top pick by Bernstein analysts for next year. This is what's happening a lot. These food manufacturers or these food businesses are doing really well, attracting high-income consumers and leveraging strong debt-free balance sheets to fuel growth with a track record of growth, stickiness during past recessions. Chipotle should do even better in these macroeconomics pictures, says Bernstein today. Now, Chipotle is interesting because it's down 14% year to date, but Bernstein is predicting that the company will go up 25% its stock next year. Wow. Deck the hallways. What's happening with that today? Deck the hallways and shop to you chop. Shop to you chop. Well, let me tell you what's going on. Shop to you chop. The latest details is that the shopping numbers are not so particularly strong. Goldman Sachs released today that holiday spending was not particularly that robust. It was relatively flat, and prices are falling. So shop to you drop, no, shop to you chop on those prices. The firm is now predicting that retail sales, which looked like it was going to be better than expected, was actually a 0.2% decline in November from October, and maybe flat in December. Hold up. I guess the stores were not a good indication of this. During Black Friday, I had you as the news reporters to go into the stores and tell me if you saw very big busyness. Now, people in the stores doesn't mean they're buying. It doesn't mean there's people in the stores. Well, apparently they were not buying. This is breaking news. We've never heard this before. We thought those holiday sales numbers were really good. Apparently, shop to you chop, because they had to chop those prices for those products to get the consumers in the stores, and then the retailers didn't make any profit. It looks like the retail sales numbers were actually down in November during Black Friday. The retailers had less retail sales in November during Black Friday than they did in October. And they're now predicting that it'll actually be December as a flat month as well, says Chief Economist Jan Harces in a new report today. Big problems, because the retailers, if they do not bring those holiday sales numbers in strong, then what's going to happen? Bankruptcies potentially in 2023, layoffs, store closures. It's all very bad across the board. And that's why you need to get a stimulus check, because if you are exposed to any of these things, including more unemployment claims, then you're in a big situation, and it's not going to go well. Let's go over the latest details across the board. $300,000 of stimulus checks, fast stimulus, paying out in 2 days in some cases, 18 months of stimulus checks, $30,000 a month, and 5 checks per month. Let's go over how this happened starting right now. Back in beautiful February of this year, I was the only American broadcast to record that the U.S. economy would be going into recession. Within 30 days, the viewership of this channel that listens and learns really well said, LALATE, if you're right, then give me a darn stimulus check and give me lots of them. That was March. And we were lucky because at the time, Joseph Biden was signing in an executive order. In fact, 3 of them. And that night, as soon as he did, I featured them immediately on this channel that night. And those incredible executive orders are great because guess what? Those established the first 3 checks on this channel. And those first 3 checks are checks A, B, and C. Now, here's what happened when viewers said, go find me some checks. I had a triple mandate for myself. 1, I wanted big darn checks. I'm so tired of people talking about $200 checks. I mean, can you get a loss? Can you get a loss over your $200 checks? $200, I mean, when was the last time you filled up a gallon of a tank of gas in Los Angeles? It's $200. It's $100. I mean, $200 stimulus checks is like ridiculous. That's not even going to get you down to the curb, let alone to the end of the street. That's nothing. You need tens of thousands of dollars of stimulus checks to survive a 2-year recession. The lockdown was 6 months. The recession is going to be 2 years, I predicted. So my first focus was to get you tens of thousands of dollars stimulus checks. We got them. And in today's recording, I'm going to go over these massive stimulus checks, tens of thousands of dollars. You need it because it's going to be a 2-year recession. Number 2, I wanted broad eligibility. I wanted you to be eligible for these checks, and you are. There's only 2 things you need to know. If you make $75,000 or less, single individual, you qualify. And if you're a married couple and you make $150,000 less, you qualify. That's all you need to know. There's no other part of the equation. Don't ask or answer or try to insert another eligibility question. There is none. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get them. If you rent, if you own, if you have children, if you don't have children, if you're ahead on bills or you're behind on your bills, if you're in a blue state, if you're in a red state, if you like lobster sauce and you don't, well, that's up to you. They're everywhere. The third mandate was for me to deliver to you in an easy way to do it. And easier than just listening to a video and taking notes is me to actually put it on paper and send it to you. And that is digitally. And that is the LA newsletter. Delivered Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alerts. I put all those incredible checks for you to pounce and go right and apply. All you're doing is pounce, apply, pounce, apply. It's that straightforward. You want to become a member and get these incredible checks across the board. And with that, let's go back into the breaking news. Before we go into those checks, we're going to go over every check in this recording, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, melts in your mouth. What could that be? It's Hershey's chocolate. It melts in your mouth. Deliciousness. We have featured Smuckers. We have featured Campbell Soup yesterday. And today it is Hershey's. Another food product, another day, and they're all doing really well. UBS upgraded Hershey's today as the company's expecting to beat on quarterly earnings, top and bottom, and UBS expects Hershey's to be deliciousness melting in your mouth to 2025. They believe the stock will go up 14% in the next year. They upgraded from neutral to increase the price. Is underpinned by wraparound price benefits in 2023, coupled with capacity additions driven by more accommodative operating environments and long runway of growth for the snack business. You know what we're seeing, whether it is Hershey's today, Campbell Soup the day before, or Smucker's Jam the day before that, is that the analysts are all saying the same thing. The consumer is willing to pay a little bit more for that product, even though the product may actually not cost a little bit more to make, and that the manufacturer may even be able to raise the price a little more next year if inflation continues across the board. And that is delivering big numbers to these companies. Wow. Finally, a recession or not? That breaking news story is coming up in just a second. We have 2 data points today as we're getting ready to go into January, which is where I said the recession starts. But before we do that, let's go over those federal stimulus checks. What are federal stimulus checks? These are Santa stimulus, Christmas stimulus, checks A, B, and C, all the way to Q. What are federal stimulus checks, FSCs? They're from the federal government. What I've been able to teach viewers on this channel is the following. Your city and county and state, how much money do they have? About that. About that. In some cases, this. They have no money. Cities, counties, and states have never had a lot of money. So do not ask, is there money in my city, county, state? I don't know. I don't cover your city, county, state because they don't ever have any money for anyone. I cover the federal government. They have this amount of money. And the federal government has always had a lot of money for you. And that's why we start and we focus predominantly on federal stimulus checks. They're from the federal government. And viewers of this channel are getting 50,000, 60,000, 80,000, 90,000, 100,000, 200,000 plus. It's happening all the time. It can happen to you. How do you do this? Let's go over how these checks became law. They started in the month of March when viewers asked me to find those checks, and Joseph Biden did it. He did it right then, and they are incredible. Joseph Biden in the month of March passed a series of executive actions, and you qualify. Those executive actions establish checks A, B, and C of those FSCs, $100,000. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get them. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get them as well. And if you're on benefits, go get them as well. They're incredible. They're for you. You qualify. Again, if you make $75,000 or less, go get them. And if $150,000 a married couple, go get them as well. Then Congress came around and passed other checks, E through K, bringing us to hundreds of checks for you, the Purple Power. And I feature those all in the incredible membership newsletter. And we're going to go over those checks in just a second. Then I found you more checks, L and M, N and O, P and Q, all featured in the membership newsletter for members. Go into this video, become a member, then in that newsletter, get it at 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time via the YouTube alerts. Know your time zone. And here is the YouTube alert. Go down that YouTube alert, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, until you see the guy at the surfboard. Pass him, pass him, pass him, and then it says View Post. Click the link and go right in, and you are in the newsletter. Congratulations, there is the newsletter. You go down to check A, B, and C and continue thereafter to get these big stimulus checks. And that's why you need to move very quickly, more than ever before. And you deserve these incredible checks. We're going to go over these incredible checks in just a second. But first, let's go to the other breaking news we're working on right now. Recession or not, a brand new conflicting 2 data points today makes us wonder, recession or not? Let's go over the details starting right now. There's 2 different data points that were released today, and one says no recession. The other one says really bad recession. Which one am I going with? Really bad recession, because the first one is not a definitive data point. I'll show you why. What are they? Well, 2/3 of the S&P's stocks today are now at all-time 52-week highs. 52 is not just 52 months. 52 weeks is not just 2 days. This is all-time highs. 2/3 of S&P companies. So that would suggest potentially no recession. But hold up, let's look at the conflicting data. The conflicting data is the yield inversion curve. Featured on this channel for many, many months. The yield inversion curve happens when you have a recession. And then yield curve inversion started earlier this year. That's when the 3-year bond and the 10-year bond became inverted. And when they do, you go into recession. Today, the yield curve inversion is more inverted than it's ever been in 20 plus years. The last time it was at this inversion was 2001. And you know what happened in 2000? A recession. You know what happened in 2008? Another recession. So the yield curve inversion is now more inverted than ever before in nearly 20 plus years. Folks, what are you doing? Go get some stimulus. Let's go over those incredible stimulus checks right now. Those incredible stimulus checks start with check A stimulus, and they're absolutely incredible. Check A stimulus checks were the ones that were passed by Joseph Biden, the very first one, and let's look at them right now. Check A is a beautiful $6,500 to $12,000 stimulus check. Go get them. How do you get them? You go onto the video, become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Join this channel. Then go down to Check A in the newsletter and click and apply to get that incredible stimulus check A. $12,000, you deserve it. Congratulations, Spelly and Kimberly, who got check A stimulus check, but you're not done yet. You're going to go get check B. Check B is an $80,000 potential stimulus check for you as well. And some viewers are getting even more stimulus checks from check B. Now, check B is the category of checks that is yielding 18 months of those incredible stimulus checks. And they are absolutely huge. Why would you not become a member? Let's look at one of the many, many success stories from Check B on this channel, Frank Mancuso. He joined this channel for just a few dollars in less than a month. He walked away with 18 months of stimulus checks for mortgage. 18 months of all his utilities in stimulus checks. That's a lot of checks, folks. And then 18 months of high-speed internet. Folks, that's 18 months times about 6 stimulus checks per month. That is about, you can run the math, that's about 60, 70, 80 stimulus checks right there alone. And that's tens of thousands of dollars. He became a member. Now we have 2 other viewers out of Florida, out of other states, that got Check B as well. And what did they get? They got nearly $100,000 in stimulus checks. They got 18 months of about 5 stimulus checks per month. Folks, go get incredible Check B. Viewers have been asking me some really good questions lately, showing that you're really listening and learning to earn. They asked, does Check B cover rent? In some cases, Check B covers stimulus checks for rent as well. Now let's go to Check C. Check C is a beautiful series of different checks for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. And Check C has been on this channel for a very long time. Let's look at some of the success stories for that incredible Check C. You deserve these incredible Check Cs. And here we go. Do you want $30,000 of rent? Then go get some incredible Check Cs. Become a member. Go around this video, join the channel, and go down to find Check C. Then, how about some utilities? Well, Mark Sprumlock got $15,000 of utilities. Go get some Check Cs. Combinations of checks, well, Mark went from $32,000 of stimulus checks to $50,000 of stimulus checks to $166,000 of stimulus checks. His brother-in-law, in turn, got $15,000 of utility stimulus checks and then went to $250,000 of SNAP. Here's Lorraine. She has gone from $105,000 of stimulus checks to $150,000 of stimulus checks. So how do I do this? Step 1, you go into this video, you subscribe. You're watching LALATE, #1 for financial news of this subject matter in America. #2, you go on the video, join the channel. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Become a member right away. Become a member right away because this money is available right away. Become a member right away and start applying for checks. Why? Because the recession is just less than a month away. Become a member right away because you saw on yesterday's recording and maybe featured tonight on Evenings LA that Americans are running out of cash or already run out of cash, and they will be asking for stimulus. You don't want to compete against the stimulus stampede. You want to get your stimulus checks before they're here. Apply right away for these incredible stimulus checks. What do? You go to the video, subscribe, go into the video, join the channel, and go to the video, make sure your bell is set to all notification, to all on. Now, let's go back into that last breaking news story we're looking at today, recession or not. This is deeply worrisome. And what's worrisome is the yield curve inversion. So stocks, a lot of stocks are up really high. Does that mean no recession? In most cases, it would mean no recession. But that's based upon the sentiment of the person buying the stock. So if their sentiment is wrong, it doesn't mean there's no recession. It means their sentiment's wrong. Here's what's important. The yield curve inversion is never wrong. The yield curve inversion has always resulted in a recession when it's inverted. And you've seen it inverted on this channel for several months. First day it became inverted, I said, here we are, we're in a recession. But today it's more inverted, means worse than ever before, meaning the recession's absolutely more probable than ever before. Moreover, you could potentially believe that the recession is going to be a hard, deep recession for 2 years, not a soft recession of 6 months. If February is the month in which Americans are going out of cash, you got to get stimulus right now. In the big second half, we continue with these incredible stimulus checks with the big ones that came from Congress, E through K, and then go to L through M, P, and Q. Plus, in the big second half, we go over how to decorate this holiday season with fruits and vegetables. It's a lot of fun. It's coming up in just 60 seconds. But first, here is the latest details from the shores of Santa Monica, California. See you back in 60 seconds with these details and more. It's all happening today on a big, bold, beautiful Afternoons LALATE.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues. From the big second half of afternoon's LA Holiday Edition. Hope you're having a beautiful day. The great news is that after the President of the United States passes executive action, which established the first three stimulus checks, A, B, and C, Congress came along and passed other checks. And they're huge. And they're absolutely incredible. They featured right now in this big second half. They started with checks E through K. Check E is a $7,500 stimulus check. Go get it. It's in the membership newsletter at Check E. F, a $4,000 stimulus check. Love it. Then Check G, a beautiful 30% off. Wow. Check H, a $2,000 stimulus check. Love it. Then Check I, a beautiful $8,000 stimulus check. Check J, $8,000 stimulus check. Then Check K, $14,000 stimulus check. We weren't done there yet because Congress, after those E through K, watched as other stimulus checks became law. Check L, $100,000 on average of loan interest-free money, and then M, $4,000 a grant. Then N, incredible, brand new tablet, computer, a laptop for you, and free internet. It's the talk of the town. It is stimulus N down the membership newsletter. Do you want a brand new computer for Christmas? Go get that stimulus N for the membership newsletter, in the membership newsletter. Then it's stimulus O, zero down payment, zero closing costs for a brand new mortgage. It's absolutely incredible. And stimulus P and Q. P is a beautiful 3% refi, and then Q, $8,000 stimulus check. Love it. Let's go over a little bit more about these federal stimulus checks. They're federal, so they're from the federal government. Massive amounts of money that the federal government has. Number two, it's for you. All you have to know is $75,000 less. Single individuals, go get it. Nearly a couple $150,000 less, go get them. Do not wait to apply. And I'm trying to hit this really harder than ever before, because that recession is 30 days away, no more. And do not start asking additional questions. There's not another eligibility issue I have left out. That is it. Moreover, for example, at Check C, you have 12 places to reach out to. So one says no, as they will. One will say yes. So don't stop with a no. Continue with the yes. If you apply for Check C and you got it, but have problems with Check B, then try another check like Check A. You don't wait across the board. Largest check, $100,000. Smallest stimulus check, $8,000. Fastest routing time for the stimulus checks, 2 days. Johnny started on Monday. By Wednesday, $45,000 of stimulus checks. By Friday, he had 15 applications in for stimulus checks. Half rejected, half approved, $80,000 of stimulus checks. The next week, mom and dad each got $50,000 of stimulus checks by help from Johnny. Then Johnny turned around and helped his friends and neighbors $250,000 of stimulus checks for 20 of them. It's absolutely incredible. What are these stimulus checks for? The home repairs, the home appliances, the car, the computer, the internet, and more. It's absolutely incredible, like the rent, the utilities, the mortgage assistance. Get these incredible stimulus checks right now. Next up is inflation relief stimulus checks, ISC, icing on the cake. I call it icing because it's really just icing. It's not a cake. It's just what goes on top of the cake. So you need to survive. You need food. Cake is the federal stimulus checks. ISCs are the icing on the cake. They're about $1,000 on average. They're from your states. To learn about how and when they're coming, go down the membership newsletter, check D. It's absolutely incredible. And then a lifetime stimulus. Well, how does lifetime stimulus work? Once your benefits go up, they never go down. But what's important to understand about a lifetime stimulus is that they're going to keep on going up. Oh, baby, what's going on? Your current check you're getting if you're on SSI and SSDI, Social Security Rural Benefits, represents raise number one, 5.9% for this year. Guess what happens in January? You get an 8.7% raise. That's on top of the 5.9% raise. That's raise number two. Then raise number three kicks in January 2024. That's on top of the prior two raises. And then in 2025, you get the next raise that goes on top of the prior other raises. Why do we know this? Because Jay Powell says inflation is going to be around 2 more years. Plus, by 2025, you will have the largest monthly benefits check ever, and then your cost of living will be the cheapest ever. That is how we rock and roll, and that's why it's so incredible. These massive stimulus checks you need to go get. And that ultimately Joseph Biden could do more executive action of stimulus checks. But one of the messages I try to make very clear to viewers of this channel is that this is the way it works. This is the way you do it. So the mindset is so critical. One of the viewers, Talua, I think her name was, said, I love your 8 o'clock show at night live on air because I really do not hold back on that show. A lot of the commentary I rather say I don't put in the videos like this because it's very tough lovish. It's very tough lovish. I come in really deep and hard, and a lot of people can't take hard talk, and I deliver really deep and hard on that late night show. Things like applying for stimulus, things like the mentality when applying for stimulus, things like people who don't apply for stimulus don't do anything. And ultimately, it's important to watch that show and all the other shows. You're watching LALATE, which is number one for all financial news on this subject matter in America. No one's going to cover this. No one's going to cover this. No one's going to go with the research that I do. I spend hours of research every day for every video, and I'm producing and putting out more videos per day than any other broadcaster in American history. Number two, this channel is number 3 overall for all financial news. Now with 3 channels, LA1, LA2, and LA3. Do not miss, do not forget to miss. I just butchered that. Do not forget to miss. Do not forget to miss. Wait, I just butchered again. Do not miss. What do you mean, do not forget to miss? What does that mean? That's like a triple negative. Do not forget to unlock the locked door. What? Do not forget to remind me to forget. Excuse me, what did you just say? It sounds like I've been listening to Mitch too long. Do not forget to watch LALATE live on this channel every night at 5:45. It is the most critical show for you to watch because the latest show, the last tape show of the day, and it is very critically important. It is 1 hour broadcast that goes over everything for stimulus, everything about economy, everything about where we're going in. It has a lot of major data in that show. You don't want to miss that show. It's every night at 5:45 p.m. Thank you for also making Stimulus live on LALATE channel number 2, the big new talk of the town. It is an absolute gangbuster hit out of nowhere. Who would know that LA2, which ostensibly really only launched about, what would you say, 2 months ago? I mean, it had gone live earlier, but it didn't really have any programming on there. Had really only gone live in 2 months. It is doing absolutely enormous numbers for a live show that, major networks don't even see for something that brand new. It's Stimulus Live. It's on channel LA2. And then please do not miss Wall Street Live on Channel 3. Last night, Iona said, hey, I was jumping between the different live shows. It's a lot of fun. You can jump into one live show and another. It's sort of like an amusement park of live shows. It's sort of like, you're going to the Disneyland of live shows. There's one here. I'm going on another ride. And I'm going on another ride. And there's LA everywhere. And then suddenly I go live with LA Late Night on top of that. And with that, let's get some holiday-ish. Let's get some holiday going. One of the themes that I featured on this channel every year for holidays decor is how to do it on a budget. And when I mean a budget, I mean literally no budget. And one of the things I've featured since day one is how to do it with nothing at all. And how do you do it? With those items around the house. The most easy, economical, cheapest, and in some case, most beautiful way to decorate the house for the holiday season is with fruits, vegetables, and what's in the yard or on the ground. Here we go. Tonight, this afternoon, we go over fruits and vegetables and the beauty that they bring to decorating. Look at this gorgeous item. Now, you can't buy a holiday ornament more round than this, more vibrant in color than this. Who knows what it is? Is it a lemon? Is it a grapefruit? Really don't know. I think it's a lemon before I smell. Oh, no, it's a grapefruit. I thought it was a lemon. So it's perfectly round. It does not have a little beak at the end, so that might have tipped me off that it's not a lemon. But it's perfectly round, and look how beautifully yellow it is. Let's put it against to the plants behind me. Look how beautifully yellow that is. Now, if you have a grapefruit tree, or you like grapefruits, or grapefruits on sale, you could buy a dozen grapefruits some cases, for what, $1? Or if you have grapefruits on the floor, on the ground, or if your neighbor has grapefruits they don't eat, just put it on a table. Put it on a table and look how beautiful that is as a holiday ornament. Now, pair it up with another shape. Is this a lemon or is this a grapefruit? I don't know. No, that's a grapefruit. That's a grapefruit, but it has a little beak at the end like a lemon, which is making it more confusing. What's the fruit? New show coming to the show. Look at how beautiful it is when you pair two of them together. So there you go. And they look better than any darn holiday ornament you could buy at a store. Look how gorgeous they look when paired together. Bright, vibrant colors, a shine, created by God, created by nature, yellow, texture. Just look how beautiful they are. And they are being hit with natural lighting of a production set of a TV show. But imagine if you had ceiling lamps above you. I do not, because they're off, because we're on studio set. Imagine if you had lights above, they would be hitting them directly. Imagine how beautiful they would be as your decorations. Everyone has lemons or pomegranates or limes or apples or oranges. You always have something around for something indigenous for where you live. We're not done there yet. Let's say you don't. Well, the supermarket, you may be buying food today. And when you buy that food, don't put it in the refrigerator. If it doesn't have to be refrigerated, use it for your decor. And here we go. Beautiful. And they're showing up as sort of off yellow, but they are actually orange in real life. They're very, very orange. If I go back here, now you see they're a little bit more orange. Beautiful bell peppers. Beautiful pepper. And this is orange. Now, imagine if you paired it with a yellow bell pepper or a green bell pepper or a red bell pepper. Yeah, imagine red and green bell peppers. Very Christmassy. Very, very simple. And these I got, why did I buy orange? Not because I like orange. It was on sale. I bought orange because it was on sale. And these are from a beautiful farms. Oh, these are imported from Canada. These are imported. I have no idea why they had to go all the way to Canada for cheaper bell peppers. But look how beautiful these two things are. I mean, this is prettier than any holiday ornament. Look at the shine there. That's not fake. Look at the incredible shine that they are making reflecting the light. That is not fake. All right, so now let's pair two different colors, two different shapes, two different textures right next to each other. I'm holding them up because I can't show you a bowl, but imagine if you put a bowl on a holiday table. There you go. So let's do it this way. Look how beautiful that is. The grapefruit, the bell pepper, the yellow and the orange right next to each other. And imagine if you just throw a few leaves in the bowl. So this is how I recommend to do it. Figure out what you got. Figure out what you got. Don't go out buying if you don't have to buy it. If you already have it in the pantry, if you already have it in the fruit bowl or the vegetable bowl, take it out. If you already have it on the trees or the neighbor has on the ground, pick it up. If you have it on the street, I've always featured acorns on the channel a lot. Do that as well with acorns. And build it up. Start with the color. What will be the colors? So if you have yellows and reds and bright colors to start with the fruits and vegetables, then pair them with the green. So take some leaves off the ground, some leaves and branches, bring them in and dress it around the base. How do you showcase them? Bowls, flat dishes. The flatter the better, and the least cluttered the better as well. So don't go with a blue bowl that has a lot of patterns to it. Go with like a flat, clear plate, and then let these colors really pop. And then you can offset the colors by adding the greenery. And if you really do have holiday lights sitting around, just plug in some lights around it and it pops. So simple. and so cheap and economical and fun. That's how we do it on LALATE. Join me next on Evenings LALATE at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. It's a big show tonight, and we'll be going over the latest details on those breaking news stories. Plus, we'll be looking at the latest details when the markets were actually up slightly at the time of this recording. We'll be looking more in those jobs numbers, the hot sauce, the shop to shop, deck the hallways, melts in your mouth, and recession or not is the big story we're wondering across the board. The breaking news continues on this channel throughout the day and certainly tonight at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Stay informed, stay focused, have a beautiful day, happy holidays, and stay with LA for more.